And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in FreeCol in 1.2 as the French. As we're slowly moving our colony ever more profitable, so we can buy the stuff we need to declare our independence. Okay, so we got the warehouse done here. Now that we're making tools, it would make sense probably to get the blacksmith shop. Increase the productivity of tools, and then we probably want to build the fortress and the cathedral. And we're making tools probably magazine, college. If we get all that done, we haven't unlocked factories by then we'll probably stop building here and move the lumberjack carpenter around. Okay, ship arrived with more trade goods. And a bunch of cannon. Okay, you have arrived there. Probably gonna need to start working on getting the wood for that dock. Oh, and I'll have to have someone put on food for that to work. Okay. Not too much of a problem. You are net food. Although I'm probably just going to put you, for the moment, in the place. Make some more Liberty Bells. While working on our current founding father. In 22 turns on Herman, De Soto is Dan. We'll start exploring all the the rumors for loot. Lost City rumors for loot. We'll take the expert farmer. We want one of the cannons to go there. One of the cannons to go there. You're slowly loading up with stuff, so you're not really going to be moving anytime soon. Now, what's the... Here's some desire for cigars? Yeah. So we definitely don't want you picking up the cigar yet. And we want one to go there. And then one will just fortify in place. Ah, and we've got one of those. Our first native convert has arrived at Charlesford. He is probably actually better at making food than the distiller. So we'll put the distiller on making Liberty Bells, and we'll put you on food. unload that food, unload the fur coat, and the furs. Immediately load that into the big ship. And then we are going to want to sell those cigars, and we're going to want to sell those trade goods. Load up those. Oh, we got a guy in, or we got one of the boats in Europe. Let's sell you. Okay, so we've officially driven the price of furs down so far. I should probably be a little bit less willing to buy them off the natives, because that's about the price I've been buying them off the natives for. We'll take the farmer. Oh, Firebrand Preacher is tempting to pick up. We'll take the Preacher. Given that this is not a good price anymore here for those, we'll actually leave these here. I suppose it means we're not really in a rush to get stuff sold. Okay, let's have you go to this one first. And we're going to sell off the trade goods. Ah, okay, not a good price for the trade goods, so we'll cancel there. Sell cigars instead. That is a decent price for the cigars. Remember, there's a 13% tax in Europe, so that's not much more than Europe. But then the Europe's even discounted into the tax rate, so definitely not worth shipping that to Europe in that situation. And then we'll buy some of the tobacco back. Turn it into cigars. New Iroquois convert at Charles Fort. Okay, let's go drop that tobacco off. We can send this guy to sell the very good farther field. We might have to go quite far afield for the trade goods, so that's a place to buy it. Charles Fort isn't building anything, which is a slight mistake. There's definitely somebody should be building in Charles Fort, like lumber mill. This is a decent place because we can be making guns here at some point, so we'll probably keep build a stockade here. Newspaper. Blacksmith, that sort of stuff. meantime, we're not actually going to have you be making hammers. We're going to have to go back to making tools. Because we need to get more wood shipped in. The convert that we did get is not going to work in this town. We're going to send them off to a different town. Not enough rebels there to put more in that town. So we're probably going all the way over to at least Tedoso or Milquan. Leave the blacksmith shop. And Hardy Pioneer obviously needs to go make more tools. Or need to go pick up more tools. Keep doing work what he's working on. Yeah, we now make enough ore for the blacksmith shop. So we're basically turning one into the other, so that's pretty good. So I suppose one thing I haven't been talking too much about Liberty Desire, or the Rebel Loyalist ratio, is to declare independence, I believe you need 50% rebels across the entire colony. So we're not... One of the reasons we do need to produce the Liberty Bells is we do need to get the Liberty Desire high enough to actually be in a position to declare independence. Okay, in 3 turns... Yeah, 3 turns. I can put another person into the country, or into the colony here. Net 1 person in the colony here. Because we'll have another rebel, so we're going with 6 royalists. If you go up to 7 royalists, you take a -1 penalty. Death production, everything. Yeah, let's actually get an expert farmer. Another expert farmer. So it was 3 turns, and now 2 turns. And then we can put the Firebrand Preacher in, make a bunch of crosses. They got the money. We'll pay them for it. Working on lumber. The other guy converting that lumber into stuff. If we get the dock, I think the fishing's probably better here than the farming for the moment. Can I equip you with tools? We don't have a full 100. Yeah, I can partially equip you. 40 is fine. Arrived in Europe. Sell the cigars. Sell the cotton. For training of troop purposes, we're going to want at least one veteran soldier. Yeah, let's pick up a veteran soldier. Master for a trader. Gonna want a gunsmith. Maybe don't need it quite so early. Take that cheaper expert fisherman. Can probably take some statesmen. Send this off to the New World. There'll be a little bit of process getting them integrated into the colony, but oh, maybe I should have brought some with me. Yeah, I should have had it carrying some wood. We'll actually send it right back to where it came from to pick some wood. Okay, so I've got 3 rebels, so we won't have a penalty if we bring this guy into the colony, so we're going to bring him to the colony. Oh, the rounding. Death troll me. Okay, so we can't have him in the colony yet. Yeah, okay, so the rounding's being weird there. We'll give it a couple turns and we'll try again. It should probably work. Showing 3 of 5. Let's try one more time. Can we get the creature into the penalty? There we go. That time it's not rounding down. So there's 3 versus 6. That's fine. And the preacher is now providing 6 more crosses. Let's actually have you load up that and you. We got enough wood to build the dock, so let's get you... Actually, let's put you on food. Then we'll get you in building that dock. We'll drop off the birds. And what we will do once the dock's done, we can get a bit better fishing here, and then we can start to make up for coats. Oh, wait, no, you're doing the wrong thing. You need to be making wood. Wood, please. If you were paying attention, you could probably realize that I'd made that mistake a while ago, and we're probably yelling at the screen. Sorry. Past me did not see that. Current me saw that and was like, oops, that was a mistake. Okay, then you arrived. Take them out. Stick you in. Until we get an expert farmer here, we're not actually going to make enough food that we can support another person. Although that will probably be the gunsmith. So we want the distiller to move off to somewhere else. That's fine. I'll have you become an expert fur trapper. Another convert. Swamps make sugar, although probably don't want to put a settlement there. Trying to think if there's a good place to get marsh is tobacco. Because the distiller at some point presumably wants to be in a place, or presumably want a place where we can make some sugar if we're going to go and make good use of the distiller. Savannah is sugar, okay. So we're looking at something like inland down south here. Let's take that cigars and go back to Europe. I'm probably, yeah, I'm forgetting that I've got a ship in Europe waiting to sell stuff. Honestly, construction-wise, I should probably pick up another pair of carpenter, lumberjack. Okay. Send you out, put you in. That produces net 2 food for us. Which means I can bring another person in. I'm going to bring you in to do the lumber mill construction. Eventually, what we're going to basically be doing is we're going to be getting ore. The ores are going to be becoming tools. The tools are going to be becoming guns. The guns are going to equip the troops that we need to win the Independence War. Send them back. I thought they were out of tools. They were not. That's fine. More converts. Yeah, we're going to be getting lots of converts is what's going to end up happening. Sell trade goods, get a decent price for it. That's good. I'm going to buy tobacco back. Actually, get the dock done quicker. Okay, I want to harvest the furs, but at the same time, kind of probably want that dock so we can do fishing on the fishing spots. That's a swamp, so I can technically be getting some sugar from the swamp. We've actually reached the point where we're consumed all the tobacco and converted into cigars. Okay. So for the moment, let's actually go assign you to making more Liberty Bells instead of cigars. arrived. Trying to decide what to spend the money on. Yep, at the moment, let's not just spend it. Let's just hold on to it. Still gonna send this guy back to New World. Yep. And then there. Any luck with them? No. They want some trade goods. Okay, so we'll head over there next. Actually, let's send you to a different colony. We're actually send you over to that one. Price of silver's going back up. That's always good to see. Which reminds me to continue making sure it's reasonably shipping. Let's equip the scout as a scout, and we'll bring in the free colonist here for lumberjacking. And bring the lumberjack in, which is much better. Much better. Yep. That'll get the dock done pretty quick. And then the guys can fish. Price of furs are back up. Remember, I was going like here. So basically, if I'm thinking I'm going to be doing a like sugar location in here somewhere, say here, sugar, lumber. Not too bad. We're going to want a port to ship it to. Waiting for... I think we're still waiting for... Hernando de Soto. Of course, we're waiting one more turn. He's the next... Literally going to come on the next turn, so... Don't need to wait much longer. Not exactly a lot to ship to Europe at the moment, but is what it is. I can accelerate the work on the dock here a little bit. So we will. There we go. Fernando de Soto is done. We can do Adam Smith for factories, which is tempting. Yeah, toss up between that and Jefferson. I'm gonna go to factories. Okay, so now nothing terrible will happen if we explore the Lost City. What could go wrong? The answer is nothing. Well, I suppose the worst thing that can now happen is we can get very bad rewards, like this. 116 gold. Was that worth the wait? Probably not. But it was worth, you know, not having anything bad wrong. Another small one. But there's basically now there's no risk to doing that, so I can basically send the scout around, pick all those up with nothing that can blow back in our face. Hopefully they've not all been found. Well, we know they're not all of them. There's one, the third one there. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think there's another one a little bit off. Yeah, 10 over there. Quite a few. Hopefully not all have been found 120 years later yet. So Twitch chat saying it not too bad, yeah. And to be fair, we've only explored. We know there's not a landmass because we only see the British here. So at some point, I'm gonna have to go find the other landmass. Sell you trade goods. Yep, that's the decent price for them, so we'll accept that. And we'll buy the tobacco. Twitch chat saying it might be worth getting on the chat or in the scout. Maybe. Of course, if we're thinking about getting another one, what we can do is we can say you put you as a scout, and then activate you. Lead building a dock. Nothing else being built there, which is fine. Get you making fur coats, getting you acquiring furs. And then presumably the thing I should be building, if we were to continue building here, is the warehouse. Actually, we're going to activate you and send you swear. Maybe the next one over? Yeah. Cool stuff. We got enough food that we can run that for a couple turns. And then we up there, a little bit of cotton and a little bit of furs. No, and that bit, okay. One of the scenarios where remembering what the hotbar would be, the hotkey would be probably better than trying to scroll down, because triggering the scroll in there. So here we want you. Yeah, it's tempting to do Liberty Bells. No, I need you to make lumber so we can get the dock going so we can feed people. And then you're in Europe, so sell the stuff off. Next one is next turn, so we'll hold off on sending you back to world. Look at the time, I should probably put a part break in. So if you're watching on YouTube, there will be a part up tomorrow. We're going to record one more part today, so that I at least got a bit of an extra episode in case something comes up and we get delayed. If you're watching on Twitch, feel free to hang around. I'm going to take a short break to stretch the legs, and probably get the ad break out of the way, so hopefully we don't get an ad break interruption for you in the next part. And then we'll get back to recording. So until the next part, wish you all the best of luck and good time. Catch you all in the next part, and bye for now.